Lost Girl Therapy. Here's what I would do if I was looking for a therapist as a therapist who is looking for a therapist. Number one, if you want to use your insurance, go to your insurance website, go to your mental health care section. You are going to find out what your benefits are. Find out if your insurance provides coverage for in-network and out-of-network therapists or only in-network. If you only have in-network coverage, as most of us do, when you go to your insurance website, you're going to find the list of providers that they have as verified as accepting your insurance and being in-network. You're going to take those names, you're going to go to Psychology Today, you're going to look them up. You are then going to double check that their Psychology Today profile does say accepts your insurance. Even if it says they accept your insurance, you are going to send them an email through Psychology Today and ask this provider to verify that they are in network with your insurance. I know it sounds like you have to take 17 steps to make sure, but you have to take 17 steps to make sure because sometimes providers are listed as accepting insurance, but then they choose not to accept it. Sometimes they're listed as accepting insurance, but they are no longer qualified to accept that insurance, or they've gone out of network for that specific plan. There's a lot of variables that can happen. So you really want to double check that if a provider is listed as accepting insurance, you are then going to email them and ask, are you in network with United Healthcare? If you are not in network, what are your out of network costs per session? You are also going to ask them if they have time for a consult, which is a 15-minute phone or video conversation. If the therapist responds and they say, I am actually out of network, you are going to go back to your insurance company, go back to their website, use the chat feature, and ask, what is the cost per session for a mental health care provider out of network? And your insurance company is going to be able to provide you with the cost per session. Some plans will say we will reimburse you for a portion of your out-of-network practices. Other plans will say there's zero coverage. For instance, my health insurance does not cover out-of-network providers at all. In that case, I would pay out of pocket for every therapy session. Now, when you have a consult, what you want to do is you want to ask key questions about how your therapist plans to approach what's going on in your life. You can do a kind of like overall summary of the stuff that you plan on talking about in therapy, and you want to be direct. You want to be able to say, I'm working on this with my family, I'm working on this in relationships, I'm working on this in career, and here is how I would like someone to approach it. The reason that it helps if you offer up the best ways that you work with someone, whether it is, I love a direct approach, I like a softer approach, I love an empathetic approach, is that it gives the therapist a starting point for the way that they can also craft how they're going to show up for you. Therapists if they're a good therapist, they have a wide variety of skill sets, and we can attune to a client to say, you like a softer approach? I can do that. You want a more direct approach? I can do that. You want to ask the therapist how they would handle what's going on in your life and ask them if they have any approaches that really resonate with them. Some might say, I only do DBT, and if that vibes with you, amazing. If it doesn't vibe with you, you can say, what are the other options on the table, or how would you handle what I'm navigating? If for some reason you do not vibe with the therapist, you can absolutely ask them if they have someone that they think that you would work well with. A good therapist is going to have a referral network. They are going to have a bunch of people that they know who may or may not have availability. That's your responsibility to check with the new therapist. But they can always provide you with a name and say, you know what, I might not be the best fit, but so-and-so might be available. As a client, it behooves you to reach out to other therapists as well. And if you vibe with someone, great. If you don't vibe with someone and they're able to refer you out, that's also great because they're able to say, like, here is someone that I know and that I trust that might be a better fit for you. And a really good therapist is going to be able to give you an option outside of them for your consideration so that way you find the right fit. It's really important in therapy when you're doing a consult to meet with 2 or 3 people. Sometimes I say, go meet with 5 people. Find the individual who resonates most deeply with you, with what you want to work on, and the person that you feel safest with. And remember, this is the individual who you are going to be sharing all of your things with. Weekly, bi-weekly, once a month, doesn't matter. You need to feel comfortable coming to session, showing up, and being able to express things to an individual who you feel can hold space for you in a really authentic, kind, and caring way.